The Genie 6170 wall mount garage door opener motor is now 2 years old. How's it held up since then? What have we learned about Genie in their wall mount garage door motor offering? And more importantly, do I still recommend it? Let's party. Hey party people, if we're just meeting for the first time, my name is Santiago from SOS Garage Door Service, and on this channel we provide you pro tips and tech reviews for your residential garage door needs. So what is a wall mount garage door opener motor? Well, in simple layman terms, it is a type of garage door opener motor that installs on the side or on the wall next to the garage door. In fact, it applies directly onto the torsion tube of your garage door torsion spring system. This is a fantastic invention because unlike a conventional garage door opener that occupies the headspace or the above headspace of the garage door in the middle of the garage, this removes that. It alleviates that where you don't need that type of system above the door. And in fact, it allows you to have the opportunity to install shelving or different types of storage spaces above in the event that you require to do so. Nevertheless, this type of technology is fantastic for those applications, and more importantly for those low headroom applications or applications where you have a beam in the middle of the garage and you just don't have enough space for a conventional garage door motor. Put one of these on and you're good to go. Now, Genie has done a really good job in containing the battery backup to this garage door opener motor. What I like about this particular battery backup setup is that you no longer have to deal with the screws on the sides. It actually has this one screw right here where you can slide down this cover and you basically install the battery backup by sliding in with some prongs, and then you're able to get to the connections to the garage door opener motor. It's pretty ingenious. Initially, when Genie had configured the original design, it was not easy to get to the battery backup or to the actual prongs, or I guess you could say the connectors to the garage door opener motor. Now it's super easy how Genie has set it up this way. I like the configuration. It's not only easier to work with, but it's also easier to repair. This is a way better way to go. Way better way to go? You know what I mean. So how has this motor held up in these past 2 years? Well, quite honestly, very well. In fact, this Genie garage door opener motor features so many great design choices that, in my opinion, I think it makes it the better choice out of all of the wall mount garage door opener motors that exist, at least right now. For example, I love the fact that it has a wireless wall button. This wireless wall button does not require a wire connection to the garage door opener motor. Granted, you are having to deal with batteries, and yet, with a wireless wall button, you're not having to run more wire from the garage door opener motor that's next to the door all the way over to your man door or your entry door into your home. That's a big selling point for me because, quite frankly, the LiftMaster 8500W does not have a wireless wall button in the box. In fact, you're having to use the wired wall button that has a lot of nice multifunction features and an LCD display. Nevertheless, in that box, they don't give you sufficient wiring to run from the wall mount garage door opener next to the door all the way over to your entry door. So again, having this type of system is a really nice feature, but I digress because we're talking about performance here, and I believe that this garage door opener motor has definitely made its strides. And in the past 2 years, this motor has performed very well. In the multitude of motors that I've installed in the 6170, I've only had a small few that have required a new logic board. And I'm talking about probably 1 or 2 max. Now, that being said, there have been some other issues to this garage door opener motor, but nothing that has affected the confidence within the dealer contractors and customers today, and it's proven to me why I still consider it my go-to wall mount garage door opener motor when having to offer one to my customers. By the way, have I mentioned how super quiet it is? That little stutter, that little shimmy is the safety pulse system, and what it's designed to do is simply detect cable slack to the garage door. If there's any slack to the cables, then the garage door opener motor knows that it should not close, which usually might mean that you have something wrong with your torsion system, or something wrong with the cable, or even the drums. Therefore, these are the types of features that Genie has implemented in hopes for making this experience much more safer for homeowners, and I prefer it much better, much more than LiftMaster's option of the cable tension monitor. That system tends to fail a lot more common than what this does, and that's, again, just one of the reasons why I really like this motor. Now, is this motor perfect? Well, no, nothing is. In fact, Genie recognized pretty early on that the gear assembly to this garage door opener could break if the door was lifted forcefully in order to engage. Now, in my experience, I have seen this happen to this garage door opener motor, but again, this is a failure due to the initial installation or whenever the homeowner disengages the garage door opener motor and they forcefully re-engage it. Well, in some cases, that's where the gear has broken. But Genie has assured me that they've made that gear much more beefier, much more stronger, thus mitigating and ensuring that if the door were ever to be opened forcefully, it would not break that gear assembly. So what have we learned about Genie and their efforts to make this wall mount garage door opener one of the best in the industry? Well, I think Genie is all in. Quite frankly, I believe they are making strides with this garage door opener motor because it is so versatile. I've been able to install it and utilize it in situations perfect for those low head circumstances, perfect for those little cramped spaces where a conventional garage door opener motor is just simply not an option. And the fact that it's so small and it's able to lift pretty heavy doors is pretty awesome. I mean, just look at it. It's so tiny. Of course, I do want to challenge Genie here, and I want them to continue making strides. I don't want them to be complacent. In fact, Genie probably needs to think about their next generation wall mount garage door opener motor, and perhaps maybe even offer some more features that have to deal with connectivity, perhaps maybe with an LCD wall button that still is wireless. I don't know if that's an option. Of course, there are some things that I would recommend to them, but they won't listen to me. In fact, the pro tips, techniques, and ideas in this video should not be considered law or infallible. Why? Well, because I'm nobody. But at the same time, it's important for you to understand your garage door motor needs and your garage door motor circumstances. Thus, if you don't know if you need a wall mount garage door opener motor, if you don't want to even pay for a wall mount garage door opener motor, then reach out to a contractor, because that's what they're there for. And thus you're probably wondering, do I still recommend this garage door opener motor? Yes, I do, but under specific circumstances. I have customers that are wanting to maximize on their space above their garage door and install shelving. If you want shelving above your garage door, then you want to go with a conventional, standard, in-the-middle garage door opener motor. But if shelving is not a priority for you, then you definitely want to consider a wall mount garage door opener motor, especially if you're trying to get a little bit more headspace. I mean, again, you're able to utilize this garage door opener motor on a 12-inch track assembly, on a 15-inch track assembly, even on some high lifts, which work perfectly fine. It can maximize on that above headroom space. You're able to put in your high-rise vehicle, maybe a high-profile vehicle, maybe if you have like a rack on top of your vehicle. Yeah, this is the way to go. I would definitely recommend it based on those needs. But if you don't have those needs, then stay with a conventional garage door opener motor, because in the long run, it's going to be cheaper. In fact, there's a number of conventional garage door opener motors that Genie makes that are worth considering. But now YouTube is going to recommend this video, but I want you to check out this video on one of those Genie conventional motors that is worth your consideration. As always, I want to thank y'all for partying with me. Y'all stay safe.